My name is Jordan B. Peterson. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. You may know me for my world-famous books on behavior and discipline. Well, I have a brand new book with 12 more rules for young people, featuring brand new rules such as don't put gum in your hair unless you want a haircut. Those who color on the walls are doomed to repeat time out. And running with scissors is assuredly a one-way trip to chaos. Now, you might ask, well, why would I need 12 more rules to live by when I don't know what to do with the last 12? And I would answer that question with another question. Have you ever considered that rules themselves require rules of their own in order to properly follow them? If you haven't asked yourself that question, you might find that your life may soon be spiraling into an inescapable hell, the likes of which you might find rather disagreeable. This new book, called Jordan B. Peterson and his 12 Rules for Riding the Stupid, Smelly Bus for Kindergartners, is coming soon to a Kindle near you, or wherever Canadian-authored books are permitted. Yours in Christ, Jordan B. Peterson. It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Hey, everybody! It's your old pal Ryan. We're gonna be inking again today. We're doing page 84. This guy. Mort and Bonehead still talking, walking down the street. Making comics here. And if you like these streams, if you know anybody else who would like these streams, if you know anybody else trying to figure out how to make comics, send them my way. Let's get some viewers on this on these channels. And what else? Also, there's a whole smattering of links to friends of mine down below. Give them a click. See if there's anything you like there. I've got musicians, I've got crafters, I've got streamers. They're all good people. Give them a look. Give them a look. What else? What else? There's my, if you like the thumbnail art, which I don't think I put today's art onto today's show yet, which I usually do right before I go on. And I apparently never did that yesterday either. So I did that, and I think in doing yesterday's, I forgot to do today's, but I'll get it on there. Look at my hands. Look at my hands. I noticed that after yesterday's show too, is like I was covered in ink. It's like, what do I dip the patties in the water? Anyway, let's get to drawing. Whoa, where am I? Oh, I thought the camera was facing a different way when I was trying to bend it. Oh, look, I've got candy, a piece of candy. To stimulate my bleak brain. Let's see. Burn the house down. Okay. Let's just finishing sending the links to my friends. See if anyone will have the gumption to get in here. Oh, you know what? I need some light. Yeah, now I can see. So I got a piece of candy. I've got tea. I've got ink. That's all a body needs. I'm thinking I might do black in the background, break up that stark white background that I planned nothing in. But I know they're going to be talking a lot here, so I didn't think the background was too important. So Bonehead, we're barreling toward page 100. By the end of this month, I should hit, I'm trying to hit page 109 officially, is what I'm going for. This is page 84. It's a lot of pages. I got some catching up to do. So I don't think I'll get there today. One of these days I got to start getting double page days in. But I don't think today is going to be the day. So my name is Ryan O'Connor. This is my book Bonehead. It's my first graphic novel I'm trying to make here, and I'm figuring it out as I go. In fact, the script's written, all the pages are drawn, but the other day I was driving around and I came up with a stronger climax and a stronger ending that I'm going to try and work into the script and rework it a little bit, redraw it a little bit as I get time. And it's going to be a better book than it was going to be. I'm also trying to like this month and into next month, as I continue to ink pages, I'm also going to be trying to break out the first 24 pages of this big old book that I'm working on. I'm going to try and break it up into 24-page comics. So I'm going to break out the first 24 pages and try and put together an issue 1. Which is just going to be black and white, no color. Although the finished project here will be colored. But I figure it'll be like a limited edition little thing to show for my work is all. Since I'll be working on this forever before it's done. Dun, dun, dun. I got a follower on Twitch yesterday. So that was nice. Because I haven't really been putting any effort into Twitch yet. So that was encouraging. As much as I make fun of Twitch. Because I don't understand it. And in true American fashion, I make fun of what I don't understand. They were Canadian. So, what else? What else is going on? Oh, I meant to get the links to what do you call it? My brother's new thing out that he put out on SoundCloud. And his YouTube channel. I wonder if he ever ended up streaming yesterday, because he was thinking about streaming himself for the first time yesterday on his new YouTube thing. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for yesterday's video. That's what it is. I don't know where I want to start. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the links in the chat yesterday is all. Pulling up slowly. Did I mention? Also in the description, I've got the link to my Twitter. I've got the link to my Instagram, to which I post daily drawings, which are some of which are used for the what do you call it? Thumbnail art for these videos, at least on YouTube. Oh. I'm trying to get somebody in here. They might do it. Wow. They bailed.
Okay, here. I think I can copy this. Copy link. Here's my brother Liam's. Is that gonna be? Let's see. Whoa! Look at that gnarly link. I don't know what the first one is. It doesn't look like a link. Anyway, we'll see. That just looks like spam. Well. Allegedly, that's the link. Why don't I go to it? Let's see if he streamed anything. Oh, that's not even... I don't even think that's the link to his YouTube channel. No videos. He didn't do anything. We'll get him on here, and if he wants to send it along and talk about it and eventually stream, then we'll send him up. But right now I got a book to draw. Oh, it's my sister's birthday. I don't know how old she is. She would have to be about... let's say 94. She's not 94 years old, but I think she was born in 94. Let's see, 87, 88, 90. No, 92, I believe. So 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. 5 years younger than me? How old am I? 34, 35, 30, no, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. 29 sounds like it might be right, because it's higher than I care to think. I know the sister older than her is 30 now, which is freaky. Man. How can people keep getting older? That's not fair. How come time has to be moving forward all the dang time? If time keeps moving forward, I'm not going to play anymore. I'm just going to take my mitt and go home. Gee, Bonehead. Oh. My sister-in-law says, "Happy birthday, Heather," from me, Jimmy, Braden, and Chancellor. And one of my youngest nephews, James, apparently says to tell my sister, "Choo choo train. Hope you had a fun and warm day." I didn't know that kid could talk. But I guess it makes sense. He can do everything else already. I certainly haven't heard him say choo choo train yet. So I gotta one of these days. I don't, for like a month now almost. I haven't had much free time at all to like do anything but just like about a page a day. So hopefully I'm trying to get some time to like edit the script now, make that comic, get into my Bonehead animated piloty thing so I can fix the one piece of sound and be able to because I want to upload that to YouTube at least. My Bonehead pilot thing, which is like a 16-minute cartoon of these characters. And my brother Liam, who was on here yesterday, he voices Bonehead. I voice Mort here. Gee, Bonehead. My brush split. I thought my brush would be fighting with me a lot more today than it feels like it is. Because I didn't properly wash it yesterday, and I was going to today, but I couldn't get back there to wash it out right before the show. I have a tendency to go on before I'm ready, which isn't really a bad idea. I gotta like throw myself in the deep end on things. Otherwise, I'll put it off and put it off and put it off. And, there's always a reason not to do a thing. I try not to let myself have excuses to not do things all the time. But sometimes it ends up looking like I just come on totally unprepared. Let's see. Here's another thing that makes me look not professional. I put a Werther's hard candy in my mouth right after I started the show. And now you can just hear me clicking it around. And I'm just trying to see when I have a fuller day to get extra stuff done. Oh, I can't even check right now. Well, speaking of things that make me look like a bafflingly unprofessional figure, see, I'm looking for where to throw this line, where it'll be where it'll look like a good decision. I think I like kind of lower here. Look, see, I don't want it to look like, I don't want this to conflict with it across the break. I'm thinking right here. And there's like in my placement of that, I'm kind of looking at a lot of things. I'm trying to not like I'm being so like snooty thoughtful about it, but I am trying to get it so it avoids looking like it's connecting with these lines across the board, the gutter. I'm trying to place it where like it's breaking these shapes, but it's not meeting up with any corners, and I'm not creating any tangents by throwing in that line. So there is a little thought about just placing lines. You don't want to do it too arbitrarily, because if it connects with, like, say, the corner of this lip, like where I throw the line, it can be a distracting element. Like that corner, when you create it, it can be a distracting element to somebody like looking at the image. And it becomes like a little visual argument. So you never want a reader to slow down on your page for something that throws them off of the story, or takes them out of the story, or takes them out of the visuals that you're trying to get them to look at. Like on this page in particular, there's nothing too fancy to look at, but I am trying to keep I am just trying to keep the story moving. And then if they get tripped up, the less they get tripped up in confusion during the story, you know what I mean? It's the better of the more they can enjoy the story. I guess is what I'm going for. Here's see now. So I've talked about it a few times lately. While I'm like prepping the thumbnail artwork and while I'm paneling pages and stuff, I've been throwing on, or even when I'm like winding down to get ready for bed or something, I've been putting on, what do you call it? The Wonder Years. The old Wonder Years from the 80s, where with what's his name? Fred Savage. Because I saw an ad for the new one, the new Wonder Years that just came out, and it got me thinking, like, oh man, I've never seen the Wonder Years, but I kind of want to watch it now. And then so I've been watching it ever since, here and there. It's pretty good, although the last few episodes I haven't given much of my attention. I might have to rewatch those, like the ones that were on today while I was doing the thumbnail art and like setting up the show. The thumbnail art that I don't think I put onto the episode, this episode that you're watching, but I will. If I didn't, I will. I'm sticking my hand in the wet ink. I'm chewing up a hard candy. I'm slurping the tea. Yeah, it's weird. So when I was writing the script of Bonehead, I was a little at odds with how I left the ending, but I didn't know what to do with it to make it stronger, right? And I was like, well, it's probably just a dialogue thing. I can always edit the dialogue as I go, and but I'm not going to wait around to figure out what that is. I'm just gonna draw the pages so I can get moving on this project. And I drew all the pages, and here I've inked 84, well, probably closer to 94 pages at this point. And yeah, I've probably inked about 100 pages altogether. Of this book so far, including the covers and everything. But it's page 84 technically of the story. I know there's more than that in there, but then I finally figured out what I wanted to do to make it stronger, and it just means I'm gonna have to rewrite a chunk of the script, figure out what pages that's gonna affect, and then redraw some pages. But that's okay. That's okay. That's what we do. As long as I redraw them before it comes time to ink them, and I don't break my flow, that would be my goal there. All right. I think that's pretty good. Here's my buddy Mort. Gee, Bonehead, you worry too much. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna do like his throat back here. And cover his cheek a different color. Okay, here's his eyes. You're like, those are his eyes? Yes. Yes, these are his eyes. Jam. Jiminy. They're barely his eyes now. I don't like that line. This is a close-up? That's what I just reminded myself of. Daffy Duck in Duck-a-Muck. Remember that one? Where it's like the animator is just messing with Daffy Duck the whole time? I demand a close up. I demand a close up. And then the camera zooms way out away from him. He goes, "Is this a close up?" Wallaby, wallaby, wa-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Am I on screen? I like to get off screen apparently when I draw all the dang time. So I'm trying not to do that. Tea. I was telling yesterday that my buddy Ben, who I've talked about before, he moved out to Seattle a number of years ago, and the first couple of years, I guess he lived by a tea shop. So he would send me this tea that he had found all the time, which had like lavender blossom. It was loose leaf tea, and it had lavender blossoms in it, and it had coffee beans in it, and it was so good. Now, I just usually drink normal black tea, and I don't get too fancy pants with it usually, but that was some good fancy pants tea. And then that shop closed, I guess, and he wasn't able to send it to me anymore. And I've gone around the internet looking for something similar, and I can't find anything similar. So, my task to the noble viewers of this show, if you ever happen to come across somewhere where I can find tea with lavender blossoms and coffee beans in it, let me know, because I want to buy that up. Also, I suppose I could put lavender blossoms and coffee beans into tea myself. Couldn't I? Couldn't I just do that? Sure. I guess I could. I have this penciled in, like shaded. I'm wondering if I should just do that. I'll leave it. I'll leave it as it is right now. Well, his shoes are black. He wears these knockoff Converse, which is kind of something I got from Tim Jacobus, the guy who did the covers for the Goosebumps books. Whenever somebody's shoes would be on the cover of a Goosebumps book, they would always be wearing Converse. And it was like before I even knew what Converse were. Then I started seeing them in middle school. I was like, oh, those are those shoes. And, you know, in my real life, I always wear Converse now. And it's just something that stuck with me from Goosebumps. Like my elementary school days when I would read Goosebumps books all the time. And behind me now, I have a signed poster of Say Cheese and Die. Like when I'm talking at the beginning and the end of the episode, you can see this Say Cheese and Die poster behind me that I got from my roommate for Christmas. And it's signed by Tim Jacobus, who I met in 2019 in Detroit. I went to Detroit and got to meet him. And he was a really nice guy for that show. And I bought 3 Goosebumps books because I don't have any of my old Goosebumps books from when I was a kid anymore. I think my mom threw them all out. I don't know why she would do that, but she threw them all out. And so I went out and bought 3 from a bookstore, and I was going to get them signed by him, but he was selling, you know, prints and stuff at his table, and I was like, I don't want to have him sign a bunch of stuff that I brought when he's trying to sell stuff. So I bought signed prints. I bought a signed print from him instead. And then meanwhile, I had these Goosebumps books in my bag that, you know, are still, they're just sitting on a bookshelf untouched. Like I haven't even read them. You know, it was like I bought them for no reason. But I have them again. So there's that. I think I bought Ghost Beach. I bought It Came From Beneath the Sink, and I think the third one I bought was The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. Now, It Came From Beneath the Sink was one of my favorite books. And Ghost Beach was one of the first ones that I owned, if I'm not mistaken. I know that that one is book 22. Watch, I'm going to look it up. Goosebumps Ghost Beach. Let's see, can I find out which one it is? I'm telling you, it's number 22. Number 22. No swimming, no surfing, no haunting. You know what I want to really know right now? Because my first Goosebumps book was number 2, Stay Out of the Basement. And it was also my favorite, my very favorite. But I don't think Tim Jacobus did that cover. Goosebumps. Stay out of the basement. Cover. I wonder who did it. Jim Thiessen. Can I find out anything by Jim Thiessen? Oh, look at this. Tim Jacobus. I didn't know that. Oh, I have seen that before. Not a fan. Sorry. Like that cover. But what really caught my attention here was... Wait, let's see this. The blurb on the back of the 2003 reprint is altered. Instead, the final line reads, "Or does Dad have more than just a green thumb?" The 2020 reprint would restore the original synopsis. Okay. The Arnold Schwarzenegger and Nintendo references are removed. Additionally, the sassy reference is changed to 17. I don't know what that means. Tape is changed to movie. Rides bikes or something is changed to ride our bikes or something. It grabbed Casey is changed to one grabbed Casey. I never realized like they would change stuff like that. Like they changed tape, like VHS tape to movie. There's a Goosebumps wiki I'm looking at. Interesting. You're like, yeah, I don't know about that. I was obsessed with Goosebumps. In elementary school, I was. And now there's an Art of Goosebumps book out. That I'm gonna have to get my hands on. I'm gonna... One more thing I'm looking up. I'm gonna look up the status of that Art of Goosebumps book because... But I think it's out now. Let me see. Oh, it's on sale. 10% off. They've still got the not final cover on there. And I've seen the final cover, and it had the actual Tim Jacobus art on it. It's a hardcover art book. But yeah, it's available now in stock. Delivers January 16th. I might have to order it soon. I'm having another piece of candy. Gulp. it just keeps me from getting burnt out a little bit. I've been on almost an hour. And I'm on panel 2 of 6. So Bonehead's just found out when he was crawling around in the vents in the previous scene that he found out that his bosses are planning on closing down the factory, and he's a little upset because if the factory closes, he doesn't know how to do anything else. Boom. Blue, 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 blue moon. Do, 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 blue, blue. I don't know. I'm going to raise this higher. Okay. Sibbity doo, doobly dee, schmumpity poop. Schmumpity poop. It's a thing. Uh-huh. Here's the sidewalk. Okay. Some bricks back here. I think I called bricks yesterday. And I just want it to be clear that I know how to say bricks. And I don't think I've ever called them brickus before yesterday. So I don't know what possessed me on 2 separate occasions, 2 days in a row, to say brickus. But let it be known, I know how to say bricks. I just need you to know that I know. You know? This is a kind of hatching technique I got from the guy who does the art for a series of unfortunate events. The covers, they all have this kind of like 4 stroke hatching. I think his name is Brett Helford. Oh, Brett Helquist. Yeah. He does this kind of thing. Here we are. Here's Bonehead. Let's see. Whoa. Oh, okay. My dad just said, did you see the story about a guy who crash landed on the railroad tracks across the street from the police station, and the cops got him out of the car seconds before a train. Oh wait, hold on. He crash landed a plane onto the railroad tracks across from the police station, and the cops got him out of the plane seconds before a train crashed into the airplane. The cops said he cheated death twice in a matter of minutes, and one cop said he should go buy a lottery ticket. the last part is like, that's not news. Anyway, see, my sister said, did that happen like here? And I guess it was California. She looked it up. I guess there's body cam footage. The train came like instantaneously, my sister says. And then she said, if instantaneously is even a word, which it is. I don't know. I just saw I'd gotten a bunch of messages all of a sudden. Okay. Back on task, Ryan. Focus. I get sidetracked a lot on these shows, I think. Like looking up every Goosebumps book ever made. I'm reading my texts. I'm over here eating candy very loudly. Ooh, that line was too thick for my liking. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad when I look at it on the screen, but I'm thinking my white pen will meet that line eventually. So I am drawing on what do you call them? Canson comic book art boards, 11 by 17. They come with all kinds of measurements on the side, on the edges of the paper. And I usually do the innermost, at least for this book, I'm doing the innermost border. And like, hold on. This innermost border is what I kind of start with. I'm using, look at me sidetracking it even more. Okay. Speedball Super Black India ink. It's a giant 32-ounce bottle that will last me this whole book. And I am inking with Winsor Newton Series 7 Sable Kolinsky brushes, because that's what Bill Watterson used on Calvin and Hobbes. It's also what Doug TenNapel uses, because Bill Watterson used it. This is a size 3. And I mostly alternate between size 3 and size 2. I got to get more size toothbrushes. I thought I had a bunch. I only have one, and it's flimsy right now. I used it too much. I washed it a little too aggressively, I guess. And washing it every day. A bunch of bristles were falling out of it over time, and eventually it was like enough fell out where it's too flimsy. I still have it. I'm sure I can use it for something eventually, but I can't get confident lines out of it right now. So it's out. The 3 is it back in. That's all there is to it. And then for white, oh hi, what love? What lovey? Should I be saying lovey or love? Does it matter? I don't know. But good to have you back. For white, I use a lot of these Jelly Roll 8. I don't know that the number matters. It's just what I have. The Sakura Jelly Roll. Let me do this now while I'm thinking about it. Because I feel I put down this line a little thicker than I meant to. It's fine anyways. How's Canada winter treating you? It's too cold right now for my liking. Really cold? Yeah. I'm a cold wimp to begin with. I've got a heater on right next to me, but I kind of have it going. I kind of have it on right next to me year round. Today was -20, but kind of fine. We get used to it. Yikes. What is it here? I think it's been at least +20 here. So I've got that going for me. No, it's 5 degrees right now. -20, that's messed up. So what are you up to? Anything? Bonehead's crooked Dilbert tie. Good. And then Bonehead's black pants. They were kind of inspired by like Camp Lazlo. Everyone wears black pants, which I thought would be real simple. But then when I wanted to animate him, it did make it more simple because his legs get lost behind one another. Well, just watching my stream while eating. Cool. What you eating? I'm just eating candy. But I smell food in my house right now, and I'm getting hungry. My roommates are cooking some poutine. Isn't that like is that oatmeal? Or something? A traditional meal. Opportunity to have it, but I've never had it. And traditional is in quotes. Let's see. Do you do any drawing? Or just casually interested in it? I'm always trying to convince people to make their own comics, including myself. See, or whatever their project is. I was trying to convince people to follow through and make their little dream project. Let's see. Here's some more. The kind of art I'm doing or you're doing, I could never. I would probably mess up everything. Nah. I mean, I was always kind of doing characters like this for like as long as I could remember. But I feel like something that's really helped me get a little more confident in my drawing was like in the past it might be 4 years now. I just started making it a point to draw something every day and post it to like something that I felt was finished, and I'd post. I mostly did like every day for the first year or so, to Twitter and Instagram, and just the practice of doing a drawing and coloring it every day made it helped me get a lot more, I don't know, like a little more competent in doing finish, because I was always doodling, but I would never do anything finished. And I think that helped me get a little more solid in my drawings. Shaking? No, I get it. I get that, I guess. That is another thing too, like doing lines like that, it takes a little practice trying to just throw down a confident line. And I never inked with a brush before, I want to say probably about 3 years ago. This is newer for me. I did a bunch of drawings of this character on 3x5 note cards, and I would just practice inking him on note cards every day for a while before I started inking this book. When I started, the plan was to do 100 of them, and I don't think I did 100, but I probably did like 70, maybe 80. Get these bricks in here. Let's see. Man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something to talk about, and my brain fell out. I'm on this weird schedule right now, which I seem to be on a lot lately, but where I'm sleeping during the day and up all night. But I'll only be doing that for a few more days. It's not just a willful thing. It's just what like my non-art gig needs me to be up at night right now. Okay. Let's find silence. Pretty good. Oh, cool. I don't know about perfectly. That's not coming out bad. Let's see. I don't want to throw that line to the corner there. And then oh, this is that alley. That I was doing this weird hatching in. I was gonna ask you at one point if you spoke French, but you speak primarily French. That's interesting. It was a long time ago. I was trying to teach myself French, and I didn't get very far. I think I was I was at it for a few months. Interesting. Now, have you always lived in Canada? Interesting. Cool, cool. And I understand life is easier in Canada. Interesting. How long have you been in Canada then? Oh, okay. About 18 years. Now, did you speak any English when you were in France, or did you have to learn when you were like once you moved to Canada? So I'm wondering. I guess I'm wondering how long it took you to get the hang of English. Because I also took Spanish in high school, and I did all right at first, where I was learning it. But then the second half of the class, I was having a much harder time, and I thought I would take multiple Spanish classes, but by the end of it, one was enough for me. I wasn't having a fun time. Oh, okay. French, it's like broken Spanish. Je m'appelle Ryan. Je voudrais. I don't even remember what that means or how to finish that thought. Is that I would like to go? I don't know. Okay. I want or would want. I was teaching myself through some random podcast that I had found. Seemed like it was okay, but I couldn't keep up with it after a while. I think it might be just more confusing for English speaking people, right? Because I think English is kind of backwards from just about every other language, as I understand. It was specifically for learning French. It was some I guess French teacher who had started a podcast kind of when podcasts were still new. So it was like maybe like 2006 or 7. I was trying to teach myself, and I just looked up French language podcast, and yeah, it was just some guy who was kind of just doing a bunch of lessons. Yeah. Oh yeah. I um I don't I don't listen to any of those. One of my roommates, she listens to a lot of murder podcasts. I think that's a huge thing right now. Like the true crime like shows and like shows on Netflix and podcasts. They seem to be a really huge thing right now. Like real events or documentaries. Yeah. I was gonna say I think I was gonna guess you were a woman because it does seem to be a big thing among women right now. They're gonna get away with all these murders of their husbands. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think of the name of the my roommate's favorite one. She likes one called The Last Podcast on the Left, I think is one. And then there's another one with murder in the title, but I can't think of what it's called. Let me see if I can figure it out. My Favorite Murder. That's the other one she likes. I don't know if I want to do these. I think I'm just going to do bricks again. I might as well. Why don't I just do this anyway? I decided I didn't want to do this papery thing on the wall and just do bricks, and then I changed my mind and put one there anyway. Let's see. And then I know my two roommates, they are, one is my best friend from high school, and the other is his fiance. And I think right now she's watching the new Harry Potter 20th anniversary documentary thing, and she's making him watch it too, I think, even though he doesn't know anything about Harry Potter, and he just keeps trying to poke holes in Harry Potter's plot and everything, and she's explaining like how Horcruxes work and everything. And he's like, yeah, but why doesn't every wizard do that then? She's like, because it's evil. Like he's like, what's wrong with what Voldemort is doing? I'm pretty sure I've seen all the movies. I know I've read all the books, but beyond that, I barely like I've read them all once, and I've maybe seen them all once, but I don't think about it very much beyond that. Um, so I haven't seen any of this new documentary stuff, but I keep hearing about it. go. So you were saying that you don't. What was it? Yeah, you were saying you don't like the video game streams too much. Is there anything else you're watching on Twitch? Because that's not my kind of thing either. But like in the background on YouTube, at least, I there's a couple artists that I watch them draw comics and stuff like that a lot. I don't watch anything on Twitch yet, anyway. But if I put anything on, it's usually just in the background while I do stuff like this. Oh, so you do like the war games? Okay, I misunderstood. Oh no, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. War games, etc., are always mostly insulting things like that. Oh, I missed your other comment. Art shows, people talking. Okay, yeah, it's kind of we're kind of on the same page, I think. Yeah, like the loud yelling and I don't know. I think those are a little obnoxious. um Also, I don't even like, I know it's a big culture on Twitch is like gaming stuff, but I barely know how to play modern video games at all. And even the simple ones that I grew up with, I'm pretty bad at. Let me see something real quick. Oh, okay. I was trying to see if what kind of music do I like? I like I'm a big fan of the band They Might Be Giants. I'd say I don't know what you say. I like kind of a lot of, I guess, kind of grungy stuff from the 90s. Like I like trying to think of something that you might know. Like there's a band Local H that I really like from here in Chicago. They were a little popular in the 90s. Violent Femmes, who does that song Blister in the Sun. Marcy Playground, who does the song Sex and Candy. What about you? What do you like? Oh, there's also a big band that I like a lot called Soul Coughing, and the lead singer, he's since gone on to have a solo career, named Mike Doty, and I like him a lot. Yeah, I feel like I could kind of listen to. There's a little bit of everything that I like. Like there's some rap stuff, some country stuff, even though I largely don't listen to those. Like I've probably found something in every genre that I can sink my teeth into. It looks a little short here. I like Blink 182 a lot. I was really into them in middle school and high school, and they kind of stuck with me. The new stuff I'm not as familiar with, but the stuff I grew up with I like. Yeah, yeah. I like a lot of stuff from the 60s. I'm realizing a lot of music from the 60s really catches my attention. Because I recently got Spotify, and I was making this playlist. I was just trying to think of every good song I could, any good song I could think of, I would just throw onto this playlist. And after a while, I was like, wow, I'm really like digging deep into the 60s. I didn't know I liked that kind of music as much as I seem to. Um, oh yeah, George Michael or Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé is really um, he's a really good singer. He sounds like he's from another time almost. Um, Yeah, he's got a real classic sounding voice. I'm not too like I haven't heard too much of his music, but I do like what I have heard. Ooh, just knocking lines all over the place. So I think I'm gonna double down on some of these lines, make them a little more, a little bolder to bring them into the foreground a little more. So I pour my ink into like a beer bottle cap, and usually that's about enough to last me a page, but I always seem to run out right before I get to the last panel lately. I'm pouring ink everywhere. Okay. There we go. Oops. There we go. Hey. Okay. I think now I'm back on track. My roommates are being goofy. I can hear them laughing and stuff downstairs. Okay. Oh, there's this really quiet band that I like. I don't know. They're also from the '90s. They only put out 2 albums. They're called Drink Me. That I really like to listen to sometimes. That I was just thinking about today. I don't know. Oh, you know who I really like? That's kind of a more mainstream thing. I mean, they're older, but Electric Light Orchestra is huge. I feel like everything that like almost everything I've heard by them is just like they have a million hits. They're like a hit machine. That band's really fun to listen to. They do like Evil Woman, Turn to Stone. What's the other one? Mr. Blue Sky. Sweet Talking Woman. I feel like they've got a million hits. I didn't realize that I liked them until when I was in college. I was driving to and from school all the time, and it was kind of the first time I ever listened to the radio all the time, and I kept going like, "Oh, that's a good song. What is that?" Electric Light Orchestra. Oh, that's a good song. What is that? Electric Light Orchestra. And they just kept coming up, and then all of a sudden I started checking out their music, and yeah, they're a really good band. I think they still tour. I think they're doing a tour this year. I think I just saw. Elementary school, high school, and university, but in USA it's different. No, that's right. Elementary school. Oh, there's so elementary school, junior high, high school, and then university. I might have said something. I might have misspoke if I said something different. But I was hearing them a lot when I was driving to college to university. Actually, I'm going to go all the way to the cheap. No, I work a day job. This is just kind of my hobby still so far. I went to school for animation a while back, and I was teaching kids animation for a little while, for a couple of years. But that job kind of dried up, and I just work a regular non-art day job right now. But I try to put about I try to put as much of my free time into art as I can right now, because I'm trying to make this more of a day job kind of thing eventually someday. I'm not making any money at it right now, but I'm trying to change that in the near future. So I do animations sometimes, and do comics. I try to do drawings every day that I post to social media, and then yeah, just but it's all hobby projects. But it's where my heart is. Let's see, I think. Can I ask what? Would you like to make? What's BDS? Create your own BD. I got nothing. Yeah, what's BD? The thing you're drawing right now? Okay. Like, yeah, I just want to make my own comics and graphic novels, and like I made a couple years ago before I started writing this book. I started or I made a 16-minute animated cartoon of the same characters. I haven't put it up anywhere yet, just because there's a couple sound issues that I'm trying to fix before I do. But I'll put that up on at least on YouTube. I suppose I could put it up on Twitch too, but I'll make that available eventually, hopefully soon. But yeah, I want to do more animations. I want to do more comic books like this. And the plan was to do a new big project every year, but they seem to be taking me a little longer than a year to do. Oh, that's okay. I was thinking that might be what you meant, but I wasn't sure if I was missing something. Can I ask, not to be intrusive or anything, but can I ask what you do for a living? Or for a hobby, even? Eh, And if you don't want to share, you don't have to. That yeah, I don't want to make you share too much if you rather be. Okay, I'm in university. Study to be a psychologist for kids. Cool. I when I was first going to college, I was taking art classes, but I did take a handful of psychology classes and sociology classes. I always thought that was interesting. I always thought that might be like an interesting thing to explore if I wasn't going to do art. And for children, see, I love kids too. Ow! I hit my face on the camera. Which I do probably about once per show, I feel like. Once per stream, I seem to hit my face on the camera. Because it's more or less right between me and the drawing. There are a lot of psychologists, but for children it's rare. And I feel like they they need psychologists a lot, about as much as anyone else. That's a pretty cool profession. How much longer did you have school for? Do you have a few years ahead of you still? Maybe about 6 to 8 years of university. Good luck. That seems like a pretty noble profession to pursue. Okay, I think this page is done. I am gonna throw these in this background. Wait, I want that to go a little more this way. And then feel like there was something. Oh, I know. Okay. I think that's this page. Ooh, page 84. Okay, that's it. I'll most likely be back tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so good to me. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for keeping me company. And I'll see you next time I see you. Look, I think I touched my camera or something and made it all smudgy. Better? I don't know. But anyway, see you later. Good talking to you. Thanks for keeping me company. And yeah, maybe I'll see you again next time. Bye, what love. Bye, everybody.